Good morning, Infinity. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, and listen, have I got something special for you today on this wonderful, awesome third Sunday. It's If Teaches, and we are going to be working through your manifestation manual. So look, right here on the screen, there is a scanner code that you can use, and it's also in the chat. So as you say hello to everybody, as you are joining the Infinite Life stream, I want you to download that manual and prepare, because it is the centerpiece of today's spirit service. It is what we're going to do to make sure that you manifest not only your dreams, but your purpose in this world. We got a foolproof method that helps us. I'm so excited that you're joining us, and I'm so excited that we've got a day of purposeful manifestation as we approach the spring. Go ahead and hit that scan code, download it, hit the link in the chat, and we'll be back to start service in just a minute. Today is the day that the God of your acceptance and understanding is made. It's an awesome day. It's an awesome moment to rejoice and be glad in it. I thank you for joining us here at the Infinity Fellowship. My name is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, and I am the Chief Spiritual Officer here. I'm so glad that you showed up today. Hey, Infinity Fellowship family. Hey, Infinite Streamers, wherever you are in the world. Saying hello to you right here live from the Infinity Center, 641 West Nocturne Drive. You have joined what we call our Infinite Life Stream. If you are a visitor, we're going to welcome you in a moment. Again, this is a wonderful day. We do this, we try to do this annually. We've been in every other year up to this point, but this is the day where we work on purpose and manifestation. It's an awesome, awesome moment for each and every one of us. And we begin our sacred service by tapping into the spirit of that divine, that which is within you. Isn't that awesome? So wherever you are in your world, wherever, what state, what city you're in, we're going to do a roll call in a minute. But for now, just find a space of stillness where you can tap in and tune in to that sustaining force that is ever and always present with us. So in that moment, the way we tap into that force when we're going through stressful moments, and especially when we're not going through stressful moments, but we're going through moments where we reflect in gratitude on how good it is to be alive, we breathe. And so I'm going to encourage you to breathe with me in this moment today by taking a deep breath in through your nose and then sigh it out through your mouth as if you're fogging up a mirror. Good. Take another inhale like that. Really fill those lungs up. Exhale and sigh. Let's have another breath just like that. Deep inhale. While inhaling, notice all the places in your body where there's tension. And on the exhale, sigh it out. Sit a little taller and yet relax everything else. And now continue to breathe by breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Settling into a slow, cosmic moment of gratitude, simply for showing up today. Congratulate yourself for being here. Congratulate yourself for pouring into and investing in your spiritual practice. Inhaling, pausing gently at the top, and then exhaling in gratitude, releasing those things that do not serve you anymore. Add to your practice the crossing of your hands over your heart center. Begin to just feel that love energy entering into your body, radiating around your head, exiting your body not only through your breath, but through the very skin cells of your body. Through every pore in your face, through every follicle at the top of your head, just emitting that wonderful light. Add to the practice the closing of the eyes. No longer distracted by the world around us, by the sights and by the sounds. Even as they come, we just make them a part of the meditation. We breathe them in. We pause, and we release them in the exhale. From this space of gratefulness and gratitude, we add to the practice now the bowing of the head, the opening of the heart, and the focus now on the God of your acceptance and understanding. If there is a name, if there is a culture, if there is a path, if there is a religion that dictates what that energy is, go ahead and embrace it now. If you see it just as light and spirit and divinity, focus on that now as we speak together. all wise and all knowing and all loving, God of our acceptance and understanding. We recognize in this moment of gratitude as we open the way to Spirit today that you are the living and loving Spirit of our commonality indeed. And while you might be perceived by different names, you are known by only one energy. And it is that energy that we speak to aloud right now. Wherever we are in the world, we give thanks for the stillness, because in the stillness we experience your voice. In the stillness we experience your healing. In the stillness we experience thanksgiving. In the stillness we get to experience and know that all is indeed well and good things are here for us in this moment. We lift this pouring of energy into realignment toward manifestation directly into the world today. For all the things that are needed that we find in this moment, for peace that is needed in Israel and Gaza right now, the peace and the understanding that we are all made images and likenesses of you. And therefore, we are all expressing and living and experiencing this divinity. We speak that everyone can begin to see this and act accordingly. We speak a covering over those who have been suffering here in the city of Nashville, the recent disappearances that have taken place downtown. We speak a resolution that the young men and the young women can be found and placed again with their families, and that there is a covering of love over this city, that as we grow, we do not forget where we came from. And that is a space where we look out for one another. As we are being quickly polarized and pulled apart by images and words and social media, help us, those who are going to be true change makers, to walk away from the division and the polarization and to see instead the calling and purpose for which we were put on this earth, to bring us together. In this moment of clarity, we speak love and healing over those who are hurting. That any pain they are experiencing is simply experienced as weakness emerging from the body, and that they will be made whole and they will be made healthy. To those who have experienced the transition of a loved one from this life to the life after this life, that their hearts may be comforted in knowing that energy is not created or destroyed, but only changes form, transformation, comfort, that well-knowing that all is working for us. And that as tears are coming, that tears are simply an expression of love, an expression of gratitude and appreciation. And so we also pray in this moment for those who are seeking purpose, and that they have found their way to this space we call the Infinity Fellowship. We thank you for such a wonderful space of existence that is nearly 10 years old, 1 decade of bringing people together and saying we operate from a vibration not of condemnation, but of love. We don't operate from a space of guilt, but from a space of pride in knowing who we are and whose we are. And that sparks the spirit of gratitude that we speak will be over this entire service today. And find that spirit out there who has been seeking such a space, to let them know that you got a home at Infinity, that we are here, and that we are growing and we are glowing in the light of the love vibration. Oh, what a day to be thankful. May something be said today. May something be sung today. May something be shared in the chat today. May something be worked out on pen and paper today that will remind someone that they are always and ever loved and covered by you, and that you are not an absent entity, but a very present awareness that we are one. And for these things, we are grateful. For these and others that we cannot put into words, we simply breathe in together and exhale in gratitude. And we proclaim the good. And so it is. Amen, Amin, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. Let's prep our spirits for the pouring of libations. As we come into the space of gratitude today, we're grateful for the things that God has done. Whenever I think about gratitude, I think about my mom and dad who have transitioned into the space of life after life. Those are sobering moments when those things happen. I think about my wonderful mother-in-law and all that she was able to provide in terms of wisdom and space for us and our family and tradition. When I reflect on those who have gone before, I stand taller because I recognize that I am standing on the shoulders of giants who walked before me. And did those giants have some human failings? Yes. Don't I? Don't you? Don't we all? But you recognize that our ancestors were doing the best they could with the information they had. You recognize that. And then you recognize that you're not here without their struggle. You're not here without their life's journey. And so we pause as we have opened the way to divine source to now open the way to those who have come before. We recognize them. Some people might say they're the angels watching over me. Some people may say they are the ancestors. Others may say they are the Egun or the venerated Egungun. Some would say they are the Sheps or the Shepsut. But whatever name you call them, I like to say they just your folks. And so we recognize in your folks right now. In the chat, some people like to type a name of an ancestor they want to remember, somebody who has gone on before them, who has made that delightful transition into life after life. Let me tell you, it's delightful because you don't wake up with those pains in that shoulder anymore. You don't worry about whether you're too big or too small, or too frail or too weak. You are moving into a space of energy, reuniting with all that is around us in this divine cosmos. And so we celebrate in this moment those who have come before. And we call their names aloud as we pour water into the earth. Water representing life, the earth representing what happens to these earth suits when we no longer wear them. And so by doing so, we complete the sacred circle, that infinite circle, that infinity symbol of life and even more life. As we pour to our altar, represents the fire, the water, the air, and the earth. We utilize the word Ashe, which means spirit and a proclamation of that which is Ashe. We say, cool water, freshen our spirits today, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this space of spiritual worship and celebration, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together around the world, Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. We pour to the energies of the North in the recognition that we have an opportunity, you have an opportunity to be a yes today. Something in your mind may have said, well, hey, I don't know if I want to get on the stream today. I don't feel like waking up, but you showed up anyway. Somebody's going to watch this on a replay and say, something in my spirit said to show up. That's your spirit being a yes. Follow the yes in your spirit today, Ashe. To the energies of the South, and that understanding who you are allows you to have the confidence to respect and to see who someone else is, even if they are different, Ashe. To the energies of the East, we're celebrating the rising sun today. In the East, when the sun comes upon the horizon, and shines its light upon us, we are instantly reminded that if we spend a second in reflection, we realize that yesterday is gone. We can't get it back. But oh, what an awesome opportunity it is to be in this place breathing, getting ready for this day, focused on now in this present moment. Ashe. The energy of the west, knowing that that sun will go down on the western horizon, but even so, as darkness fills the skies, there are the moon and the stars, that even in the dark, there is always light for us. Ashe. And of course, we pour to the ground below. Practices like this root us in who we are. And when you are rooted just like the tree that is rooted deep, you may bend in the storm, but it is better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. We pour to the sky above us. And when we allow ourselves to see that sky, we are able to allow our minds to see our purpose in our dreams and to celebrate the fact that we have been granted the faculties to bring those dreams from vision into manifest reality. Ashe. And now to the seventh direction in the Lakota people's tradition. The seventh direction is Grand Central Station, where all of the previous directions come together, and that's the heart center. That is the place that the yogis would call Anjali, the mudra of that love and purpose. Ashe. May your heart be as light as a feather. In this moment, I invite you at home, if you're there, grab your kids, grab your family members, or just let your mind wander to the sky or the ceiling. And I want you to think about those people in your family who have transcended into life after life. And I want you to just call their names aloud. You might have a plant that you want to sprinkle some water on with us. We're pouring for you and with you wherever you are in the world. You could even type a name or two into the box just to get that energy going so that we can see and recognize them. Go ahead and pour at this time and call those names aloud. Haywood H. Carr. Hey, Mother Catherine Carr. Thomas Hayes, Gussie Hayes. Della Mae Carr. Oscar Lee Carr. Ella Williams, Ella Gordon, Alma Short. Gloria Jones. Mother Chuck is the Lamb. Almost all come before on the car side, the Hayes side. Brother Larry Harris. Brother Nate. And for the children in the womb, world, and yet unborn, we say together, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, it is done, and so it is.
Good morning. Greetings, 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 greetings to you on this good morning. I am Lady Kenitha Carr, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. And guess what? We pause to remind you of the 4 core principles of our gathering, and we call it SNAP. The S in SNAP is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N in SNAP is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, what is important, the P, honey, is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and, guess what, maintaining meaning of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are so grateful that you all are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. This is the foundational practice of true inter-spirituality, okay? We're all are affirmed in love energy. So I invite you all at home and in the space with me to stand and join me in our statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe.
Oh, give thanks. We give thanks today, Lady Kanitha. Lady Kanitha is here for those who celebrate St. Patty's Day. For those who celebrate, she's got her green on. She's got the wonderful color of green on. And her green has given her the green vibes of St. Patrick's Day, and she's doing a great job at it, I think. I think it's very good. I thank me Lucky Charms. I'm being festive today. I thank you, Lucky Charms. I think it's in there. So for those who celebrate and for those who go through the deep history of the symbolism of the snakes from Ireland and all that, I'm sending you love. We're going to do that. We're going to give great gratitude for all of that. Carr is actually an Irish name. Isn't that something? I think there's a hodgepodge of something there. Although we all are just, we all fingers on human hand. Yes, we are. We really are.
We all are intermingled.
We're all intermingled. So we celebrate the holidays that everybody celebrates as we get to this space of gratitude. Listen, y'all, we're going to celebrate some gratitude today. Before we celebrate gratitude, I'm going to give you an early warning, what I call an early warning, early opportunity on Standing Ovations. I'm going to put a link in the chat right now. If you've got beyond a statement of gratitude, something good that happened to you, that you want to celebrate as a standing ovation as a result of your spiritual practice at Infinity. If you're an Infinity person, you know what that means. If you're new, you can celebrate it with us too. Click on the link that is there in the chat, or you can click on and hold your phone up to the scan right here that is under me. You can just go to the QR code and go ahead and get that standing ovation in early, so that we can get you. Sometimes, like last Sunday, I think it was Sunday before last, we started getting standing ovations near the end of service, and we were like, oh, we couldn't announce it. You didn't get it in early enough. So here's your early warning. We start today off now with gratitude. And the way we do that is we simply say good morning to you. We sing it. If there is something, oh, I know there's something So I tell you what, introduce yourself in the Infinite Life Stream. Say hello, let us know where you're coming in from, and tell us one thing that you're grateful for as we sing good morning to you. This is how we generate gratitude. This is how the energy begins to flow through us. And this is how we share it with you. So let's hear you. Lady Kanitha is going to lead us through good morning to you. Y'all can get your family together and start singing this as you type one thing that you're grateful for in the box. Come on.
A good morning to you. A
Good morning to you.
A good morning to you.
Good morning
To you. And we say, a da 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 da
Then you got the good
da
version.
da 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 da. Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you.
A good morning to you.
Oh yeah.
A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey, a good morning.
We see you, Sister Michelle.
to
We see you,
you.
Sister Destiny. We see
A
you.
good
Hey, y'all see me now.
morning to you.
Keep it going.
A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, a da 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 da. And even with my little ones, go ahead and tell your parent. If you're
Tell your
not typing it in,
parents. Yeah.
go ahead and type in something that you're grateful for. Everyone, come on, let's get this energy
Yeah,
going
we
on
see
this
you,
good
Tiffany.
morning.
We
Good
see you, Destiny.
morning to you.
Yeah, we see
Hey,
you,
a good
Michelle.
morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning.
We see you, Martin. We see you,
to
Rodriana.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning.
We see you, Angela.
To you.
Y'all, we got it. Look, we got people coming into the space today. Listen, tag somebody in your chat, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on wherever we're broadcasting from. We're on 2 Facebook pages. We're on YouTube. We're even on Twitter. Tag somebody and say, hey, listen, tune in, because this is the day that we're putting in the work. We're getting ready to roll up our sleeves, y'all. Many of you have already downloaded the manual. If you have not downloaded the manual, I'm going to give you a link right now in the box, and it's going to say copy and paste for this manual there. Go ahead and get that offloaded as we get ready to go. If you're a first-time visitor and you came today to get this knowledge, to get this wisdom, offload your link as well too, so that we can get you this manual in your hands. It is a physical document that we're going to work to get through together in just a few minutes. For right now, I want to say welcome, 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 wherever you are in the world. My name again is Jeff Obafemi Carr. I go by Rev Jeff in the space here. And I want to welcome you to this awesome space called the Infinity Fellowship. We have a QR code that we put up on the screen during this time. Then we invite you to hold your phone up to and take a picture of and allow it to take you to the link to our visitors forum. This is the space where people make the quantum leap from simple religious doctrine into expansive and responsible spirituality. So go ahead and scan that QR code or click on the link in the chat, because we're going to put a link to our visitors forum in the chat as well, so that we can send you an official welcome from the Infinity Fellowship. And we'll send you that welcome. There's also a form on there. If you are interested in joining the Infinity Fellowship, you can click that box. If not, you're still going to get a nice card from us to let you know that we are thinking about you and we're connecting with you. This may be your first physical time at Infinity, in the dream space here that we call the Infinite Life Stream. But we like to let you know in this moment that we see you for who you truly are. Guess what? You're not just a human being who showed up today to have a spiritual experience. That's going to happen. The truth is, it's the other way around. You are a spirit who is navigating the human experience just like us. And so we have a special way that we love to say, welcome to infinity. It's our infinity welcome. And it's called I See You. So infinity folk, wherever you are, hey, listen, if you're new and you just got your family with you, go grab your kids and tell them, come here, I got something to say, and see how you feel after you say it. If you're sitting there and you're solo, I want you to just receive this from the screen. And when you hear it, you can either say it back or you can receive it. But when you hear it, know that people all over the world are saying this with me. So we got our tech crew in the space today and Lady Kanitha, so they're going to repeat after me. And when you come to visit us on our first Sundays, or in this case, on our fifth Sunday, which is Resurrection Easter Sunday, and first Sunday, got 2 back-to-back Sundays for the first time in a while in person. You'll see that people are going to send this energy to you in person, and it's powerful. For now, take a deep breath. Exhale. Oh, man, I felt that all around the world. Take another deep breath. Exhale. All right. Hold your hands and receive this. Repeat after me. I see you. But you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. Well, I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you're not alone. I'm with you. We're with you around the world, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to celebrate your dreams, and to embrace your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Hey, you got a chance to get your dance on now. Shake it out, give a high five. Put a shout out to somebody in the chat. Say hello. Give another moment of gratitude. Hey, dance it out, yeah. Dance it out now. Get it going now. Yeah. Good to see you, Jackie. Good to see you, Jaffe. Good to see you, Tiffany. Good to see everybody in the chat. Sharing this with somebody. Tag somebody that you know needs to show. Oh, hey. Yeah, man. Lady Kanitha was going to get me out there on the floor dancing, but I'm so grateful today. If I get to dancing, I may not stop. So it's all right. We need to have service because I know a lot of people, y'all have already downloaded your manual, we're ready to go. We have now reached that space and service where you get to participate in a very tangible way in what we call giving, our offertory period at the Infinity Fellowship. This is the time where on other folks' stream, everybody drops off. This is the time where on our stream, everybody hops on. Why? Because at Infinity, we teach that a giving spirit is what opens you up to the universe giving back to you. So we've already received our breath. We've already received our life. We've already received, as we will pronounce, our creativity. And so when we return our gifts through our tithes, through our offerings. We're going to talk a little later today about that because there are people who have gone through, new members who have seen now the powerful energy of giving in their own lives when they made it a conscious thought to say 10% of what I bring in, I'm giving back to where I receive my spiritual food. They have seen great things happen. I've seen great things happen in my life. Also, those who are giving an offering, whatever spirit has moved you to give, that is what we do in that space. I give tithe, I give an offering as well, because I know you cannot beat the spirit of the God of your acceptance and understanding in giving. They used to say in the old, we didn't know what that meant later. No matter how you try, the more you give, more God gives to you. Just keep on living because it's really true. Come on, you know that. Then you can, go ahead, be God's giving, no matter how you try. All right now. I'll go in. So listen, money is simply energy, y'all. And how you treat it and how you react to it is how it reacts to you. Some of you got a person in your life that you love. And if they were stingy with their love, you wouldn't want to be with them. You want somebody to love you wholeheartedly. And guess what? If you have an aversion to money, I send you love, I send you prayer, because we're going to get things done. Energy is simply money is simply energy that we use as a tool. So we are going to send it forth. We have several ways for you to give in this moment of giving. It is intentional. It is powerful. Watch what happens when you open yourself to this space. We can give via Cash App. We can give via PayPal. We can give via mail. Some people love to mail their gift and donation and contribution and tithe in, and we appreciate and love you for that. So as we prepare for this, we're going to put a slide up that shows you the many ways to give, and you can join us as we pause and sing in that moment. As we do this, we first supercharge this energy so the giving is intentional. That's what I mean. It's your time to participate, where we all get a chance to play a role. We're going to bring it up on the screen now. We're going to say together our giving affirmation. And we're going to say this with energy, with love and light. Everybody at home, stand up if you can. Take a deep breath. Exhale and let it go. Place your hands over your heart or on your device. Say it with me in bliss. Oh, limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. We're singing Everything is Good. Y'all will catch on. There's the slide. Let's sing it. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Yes. Oh, how awesome is it to be in the space of good today? Y'all are awesome. This is awesome. I love being a part of a community, and I'm grateful for a community that focuses on building and doing things together and recognizes that where we put our energy, where we put our focus is where we find our fruit. So thank you. If you have not accepted the understanding or the new broadened understanding of everything from finance to purpose and how that aligns, guess what? Just stay tuned because we got a great conversation to have today. And we're going to work through those workbooks, those manuals. Again, link in the chat. Go ahead and download your manual if you haven't. If you're not able to download because you're watching on your phone, we completely understand. Get your journal and get a piece of paper and get that ready. Standing ovations, those of you who have them, again, go ahead and place them into the standing ovation link that you have that's in the chat so that we can know about you and we can get you going with your standing ovation. Can't wait to see what's happening there and to get that information from Standing Ovation. So we got a few more announcements to make before we get started. And as we make those announcements, we want to remind you that this is 2024. Y'all, this is known as the year of divine reciprocity. Divine reciprocity, an awesome definition of reciprocity, is the equal exchange or interchange. The law of attraction teaches us that what we put into the universe is attracted to us. So we're excited to invite you to empower yourself continually by speaking aloud our daily mantra for the year. Now, daily mantra simply means, as we say, it's something that you say every day. And so every day we say, I am that I am. I give, I get, I've got it good. Can we say that together? It's on your screen. I am that I am. I give, I get, I've got it good. That's awesome. As we get ready before briefly to standing ovations, we want to remind you that services going forward will be first Sunday in person. First Sunday is in person. All other services are indeed virtual. So when you show up on first Sunday, show up early because it tends to blow up pretty quick in here, huh, Lady Kanitha? We get it packed in here full. We got the Youth Power Zone that is open downstairs for your young people. So it is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to come together and share in a powerful way. So that's our first Sunday monthly service, and then virtually second, third, and fourth Sunday. We also want to remind you that we are celebrating on fifth Sunday, Sunday after next, an old school Easter celebration. Oh, yeah. Get your pastels out. Get your white shoes. Gentlemen, no, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't. I won't judge you if you come in your white shoes, because sometimes Easter is the only time you can wear those white shoes. Easter and the Hole in the Wall Club. Those are the only two places you find white shoes. And the same people. So, yeah, that's how I used to, the deacon be there and be like, okay, get yourself ready because we will have a best dress contest for singles, for families, and for children. So get that ready to come on out. We're also going to have an Easter egg hunt on the 3 acres in the back there in Infinity with prizes for that. And we're also going to have a healthy Sunday potluck brunch. So we've got that food coming in. We got several chefs here at Infinity Fellowship who cook great food, a lot of it vegetarian and vegan. So don't worry, you can come on, bring your diet. It's going to be awesome. Speaking of something that benefits your body, next week is Yoga Sunday. And Yoga Sunday, based on the practice that we had last month, which was a restorative practice. So many people said, oh my gosh, that would make me feel so brand new. We're going to go with restoration part 2. So we're going to give you a restorative practice. So don't worry about throwing your back out and I don't breathe well and I can't hit the crow pose and all of that. No. It's going to be some gentle, loving on your body yoga so everybody can participate. So watch that virtually next Sunday. and all faiths, again, are welcome. That is our Sunday service. It is a moving meditation practice. I want to remind those of you who have joined recently, Infinity Fellowship, gone through new members orientation, that we have Love and Light that happens on Wednesday night. That is when the Linsleys host a conversation based on the topics that we talk about on Sunday. It is equivalent of our deep study and conversation that happens midweek. Do not miss it. Set your alarm for 6:55 on Wednesdays to join us in the Band app. When you join Infinity and go through orientation, you get access to the Band app. And in the Band app, you have special conversations like Love and Light on Wednesdays. So we're so excited that this will be the week that many of our new members will get access to do that. So go on in there and have a great conversation in a safe space about all of these wonderful themes that you get in Infinity. Shout out to Tyrell and to Shauna Lindsley for managing that space for us. So with that said, it is time for Standing Ovations.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news. Our standing ovation.
Yes, all right. So our high energy, here it is, if you can't tell, but our high energy, here it is, comes from our practice of snap. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys, that's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week, that's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives, that's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives, and that's the proof.
Yes.
So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So this is what's going to happen. When your name is called, please stand wherever you are as I read aloud your manifestation. When I finish each person's ovations, we're going to snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them. And then guess what? We're going to provide a collective standing ovation at the end.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's see what we got there, Mama.
Trade sides?
Want to trade sides? Dun, 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 dun. We're going to go country with it. Okay, so I've got these up on the spreadsheet again. If you got it in, you got it in. Hopefully you can get it in before I finish reading. If not, and it doesn't populate, we will definitely catch you on our next opportunity. First name we have is Mariah Ragland. Snap, snap, snap around the world. Mariah reports, God is so good. I recently found Infinity Fellowship. We found you too. I recently found Infinity Fellowship and got a scholarship to join Wonderful People Farm, and have been surrounded by amazing people with these two spaces. I feel fulfilled in life more than ever and can say happiness is finally surrounding me. We love it, Mariah. We love it. All right, next we have Sister Jacqueline. Yes, and that precious baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jacqueline is in the house. Good to see you, Jacqueline. Her standing ovation is I am able to celebrate the life, spirit, and birthday of my partner, Nomfundo, in gratitude. The way she uses her spiritual gifts to support others' healing and create safe space to grow encourages me to show up in light and in love in my areas of influence that aren't focused on spiritual. I appreciate her supporting me in this space, in the virtual space. Yes! Look at all this connection happening. Standing ovation to y'all. Brother Tyrell Lindsley says, special shout out to my neighbor slash master teacher slash community mayor, Tony K, for not only saving us hundreds of dollars by replacing all 4 of our motor mounts, but for taking the time to give me what he called on-the-job training as well. Reaffirming one of my favorite lessons from Infinity, your vibe attracts your tribe. Come on through. Tony K, bless you, man. You're the man. I send a shout out to Jeff Napier, who watches and who's part of Infinity. Flying J, he's up in the skies in Florida, flying out of planes. But look, he did something similar for me this week as a mechanic. And I got the car rolling and feeling great. And we love it. Those people who give you those lessons are there. Shout out to you, Tyrell, to Tony K. Sister Angela Bartlett. I acknowledge my growth in the areas of leadership and service to others. This is manifested in my choice of vocation, celebrating 30 plus years in the service of persons with disabilities and in the service to the community. I gratefully celebrate my 28th year of membership in Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated today. But mostly I'm grateful to begin celebrations of my 57th rotation around the sun during this upcoming week. So since that is upcoming, what do? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yes. Okay, we got those standing ovations in there. Okay, good. We got them. How about that?
And
from last week.
Because she never said anything. It was her birthday. It was March the 9th, Sister Star's birthday.
Star, you did not tell us it online it was your birthday. So to Star Malone, we got something for you. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Definitely Sister Star. I'm sending a shout out to Sister Kamaria Carr, who made the track team as a 6th grader. Shout out for making the track team in middle school and for giving us another activity to do in the afternoon. We give thanks. Give thanks. But also, she had her very first track meet and hadn't run track before, had her very first track meet and ran her first relay race. And they made her a sprinter. And her team kind of got slow out of the gate, and she was the 3rd leg. But she caught up. She closed that gap, man, around that curve. That girl was running. I said, wow, I'm up in there. I have partial video, but, family talking and screaming. So it's kind of looking like one of those horror movie videos a little bit. So I got some record of it. I got her first few strides, but she dug in and got that. And she's been working on training since then. So shout out. For doing that and accomplishing and winning that first race. So we're going to keep going for the win. So I wanted to send that shout out there. All right, so you don't have anything else? Let's tell us what to do, Mama.
All right, so if you shared, you get to have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet around the world and give a collective, out of this world, standing ovation. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. We are going to turn today to get ready to go to work. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and start rolling up my sleeves. Lady Kanitha is going to get her a post over there in the good seat so that we can talk to each other and talk to you as well. But I want to turn your attention to today's meditation, because today's meditation comes from a good sister whose lessons I teach a lot here. And the reason why I teach those lessons here is because they bear fruit. Trust me, the only way I teach a lesson is if it is bearing fruit in your life. Today's lesson comes to us, our meditation comes to us via Sister Edwene Gaines, who wrote a phenomenal book called The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. And we're going to go through many of those practices today. But I want to give you this encouragement wherever you are, at home, driving along, listening to us, somehow in the quote unquote future, getting ready to receive this during the replay, there's somebody out there who's going to watch this on the replay and they're going to say, is he talking to me? And the answer is yes, I'm talking to you right now. You are not here for an accident. But we feel alone in life. I always think about this quote from Sister Edwene, who says, quote, there may be people in your life who don't know who you are, and you can't allow them to stop you from doing what you are here on earth to do. You are on a divine mission, and you cannot be derailed, end quote. You are on a divine mission, and you cannot be derailed. What would you do if you operated from a space of knowing that you are on a divine mission and that nothing can stop you? That first begins with a mindset, and I want to start that off for us today because that mindset is important. We're going to sing just a verse or two of the good old hymn, Come and Go to That Land. But that land is the mindset, and it's where you are reminded of who you are and the fact that you are here on a mission. It is a vibrational space. So take a deep breath and exhale, let it go. Join me in the verse. It goes like this. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Yeah, come and go to that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. Where I'm bound. Oh, there is peace in that land. There is peace in that land. There is peace in that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is peace in that land. There is peace in that land. Oh, there is peace in that land where I'm bound. Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound? Oh, come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go, y'all, to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound. I say all of my people
Hey,
are in that land. All of my people are in that land. All of my people are in that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. All of my people are in that land. All of my people are in that land. All of my people. Y'all got some people in that land where I'm bound. Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound? Well, all right. Me and Lady Kenitha took you into that extended version today, sister. I know about that
That's
now.
all
I know
right.
about that. We're going to do
Yes.
that. Listen, y'all, wherever you got, if you got an opportunity to download that manual, I'm going to ask Tony to bring up the lower third that has the frame, that has the QR code. So in case you're able to do this now, we want you to do this now. If you're not, you can do it a little bit later. But just right there in that little box, that's a QR code that allows you to download this PDF. It's called Manifestation Manual and Guide. It is an actual 4-page document booklet that is going to send you to new heights. And so I'm excited that you're joining us today because we're going to work through this thing. Lady Kenitha's got hers sitting over there, and we're going to bring up some this guide on the screen in a minute so you can see that as well too. Listen, we're going to talk to each other in this chat. We are going to get some work done. I'm not going to, as I say, keep you long, but I am going to keep you strong because this is important. You are on a divine mission. You are on a divine mission. Pause everything. Just look right here in the camera. Hear me say this. You are on a divine mission. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Repeat that after me with all enthusiasm. I am on a divine mission.
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 Close your eyes and say it again. I am on a divine mission.
I am on a divine mission.
Keep your eyes closed. Can you imagine how life is going to be going forward if you operate with what you said every single day and meant it? I am on a divine mission. Inhale and exhale. Okay, blink them open. Let's go. Go get your notebook. Call up the link to print, however we got it. When we talk about spirituality and we talk about religion and we talk about various paths, oftentimes we get really specific questions. And people say, I love the energy of infinity. I love this space of all of these different paths coalescing in this one tradition because I'm very spiritual, but I'm not necessarily religious. Or I have been in camps where I was brought up with some religious structure and it poured into me in a powerful way. And yet now I find myself, as I have broadened my perspective and seen how things fit together, that I don't feel as if I fit somewhere where you fit here. And so when I'm in conversations with theological scholars and other practitioners of various faiths and religion, they say, well, how do you do that? What book do you use? And I said, we use texts from common scriptures around the world. So sometimes I might talk about the Bhagavad Gita. I might talk about the Quran. I might talk about the Bible. I might talk about the book of Coming Forth by Day. Well, how do you do that? Well, we focus on spiritual practice. And it becomes mind-boggling because so many people have put themselves into a space of limitation. They are part of the nation of limitation. They cannot think broadly. But I always ask this one question that I also got from the teachings of Edwin Gaines and other spiritual teachers. It's one question. How's it working for you? So if you're in a path that is producing fruit in your life, it's working for you. Is it making you less mean? Is it making you less judgmental? Is it making you less dissatisfied in your relationships? Or is it making something good happen? If it's making something good happen, it is prosperity. It is in your alignment space. But if it's not, consider doing something different. And the final question that comes is, what about tools? What do you give people? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because this is one practical tool that we get to gift to you today. And so powerful it was, it got inspired by the work of Sister Edwin. Sister Edwin, if you're watching by chance, you know, we always send you a love gift when we do this, because these teachings came from out of what emerged through your spirit, because she came here on a mission. Those who have employed this tool that I've given here in this space, that Spirit has revealed with through the lineage of infinity, those who have employed this tool over the last 7 or 8 years we've been using it, have been actively teaching it, have seen phenomenal growth. And I encourage you to see phenomenal growth today. So call it up on your screen. I'm going to call it up on mine. And we're going to start working on this thing today. First page is actually the page on your right. So if you can call that up, we're going to have this available online. It's still on our website. Again, the link is already in the chat, so you can go and pull it down. This is going to give you exactly what you need to start getting this in order in your life. This manifestation manual is powerful. We're going to talk you through it. And are you ready? Are you ready? In the chat, say, I'm ready. In the chat, say, I'm ready. In the chat, say, I'm ready. Infinite streamers, let us know that you are ready. And I'm going to take us over to this first page. Look, of course, the first page just has what you need, contact information for Infinity Fellowship. It's there. It's on your screen. But it also has our quotations for today. So I want to call your attention to the quotations for today, because these are quotations that you can keep handy for you at all times. First quote, the first quotation. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. My Lord. Whew, you beat before you got out the gate, man. With confidence, you have won even before you have started. The word is confidence. Somebody type in the chat, I am on a divine mission. And I'm confident about it. Because that's where we start. Second quote comes from Edwin Gaines. When any of us puts our intention out there and we make a 100% commitment to that intention, and we make every step a step of impeccability, a step of integrity, then somehow the universe opens up a way where there was no way. Question mark. Somehow. First part of the teaching on this, y'all. It's not your job to determine where it's coming from. Am I right, Lady Kanitha? Right. Let me step over to Lady Kanitha and say this, because I'm going to be talking to her. She's working through her book over here. And first I owe you an apology, because I set the height of the camera. You looked a little shorter than usual because you came in your jazzy flats, but I usually set it for where your heels are. And I said, oh, yes, Lady Kanitha will bust some heels out on you. And so she looked a little, but it framed up perfectly now. So we're going to go back and forth to this table. But I say this to say, we have learned that it is not our job to determine where this intent, where it's going to come from. It's our job to be in alignment. So this is, I'm telling you again, for those of you who are new to Infinity, who somebody called and said, you got to watch this place, you got to look at this. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's love vibration. Yes, there's no judgment. People who have been in here on personal First Sunday will tell you it's all of that. But first and foremost, it is practice that produces fruit. Somebody in the chat say, I want some fruit. All right, let's do that. So back to the slide. It's not your job to determine. That's what answers that question that we're talking about. Somehow, the universe opens up a way where before there was no way. You're worried about how things are going to open up for you. That's not your job. Your job is to be in alignment, and then there will be a way made out of no way. Woo, I had a neighbor who used to talk about it. But baby, God will make a way out of no way, and I know what that's about. Number 3, don't look for your dreams to come true. Look to become true to your dreams. I love that. Michael Bernard Beckwith, I had the pleasure of meeting him at Agape International Fellowship. I'm going to send him a shout. Agape International, first met him years ago in LA. But he said, don't look for your dreams to come true. Look to become true to your dreams. What a turn of phrase. You're waiting for dreams to come true when you're supposed to be truing up. Do y'all remember last week when we talked about keeping your eyes on the plumb line? For those of you who didn't watch it, go back and watch that message. Yes. Go watch it. It'll change your lives. Because when you're saying that something is coming into alignment, when we're going from the dead level to the living perpendicular, and you're waiting for that plumb line to get still, guess what else they say? That is waiting for the plumb line, for the perpendicular, for the upright to true up. That's what it means, because it will give you true perpendicular. Are you being true to your dreams? Are you aligning? Are you stepping up to do the work that needs to be done? This law of attraction, people can criticize it in traditional spaces, although they're using the language of affirmation and manifestation now in traditional churches. They're starting to use that now. If you notice that, y'all are hearing that. That comes from law of attraction. But the mock on law of attraction was, oh, we're going to meditate and it's just going to appear. That's not true. You still have to do the work. But once you have your work in alignment with your mindset and your spirit, oh my gosh, it starts to pop. That's from Beckwith. Next quote that we have from Deepak Chopra. When you learn to give that which you seek, you activate and choreograph the eternal dance with an exquisite, energetic, and vital movement that constitutes the eternal throb of life. That's ebb and flow. I know y'all are writing now. Look, you keep writing. Y'all ain't got a chat in the box right now till I ask you to. But you write these notes. These notes are important. You are doing spiritual work right now, and I'm so proud of you. You are doing awesome. When you learn, because I'm going to dissect, learn, study, learn, apply. When you learn to give that which you seek, what do you want? You want love? You want prosperity? What do you want? Are you giving it though? Because if you're not giving it, you're not going to get it. That's why the mantra is I give, I get, I got it good. Reciprocity, an equal exchange, back and forth. If you're cutting a hole in a wall and you need a great saw, you get a reciprocating saw, a saw that moves back and forth to move things out of the way. You got to be willing to give that which you get. The last part is a quote from yours truly that came out in prayer. The highest form of prayer is action. We manifest our greatest wishes by wielding, that's action word, our unique gifts. Only you got this, not the person next to you. To create the change you are a creator, we desire. It's okay to get on your knees or sit on the floor and take a moment of contemplation. That has its place and purpose. But if you want to see something new, you have to get up and do. Triple line emphasis. Do. Spirituality, nurturing, action, proof, snap. When you pray, we talk about that. People say, well, I'm used to praying. The old days, I used to pray and, you know, I used to just imitate the deacon, and the deacon would get down and be like, oh, Lord, it's me, your humble servant, standing in the need of prayer. I didn't come here for any shape, form, or fashion, or any outside show. Oh, I just want to let you know that I'm not worthy of your prayer. You know, you started and understand. And I don't mock that. I say that because the people who brought us these traditions were praying from the center of their heart.
Yes.
And they were praying in the style of the language that they've been given.
Yes.
So as you begin to develop your own language, I want you to understand something. There is no wrong way to sit still and talk to the Spirit and the God of your own acceptance and understanding. But if you want to pour energy into realignment for manifestation, then look down at the bottom of this page. And if you have your page printed out at home, you've got it. If not, you're watching it right here. The PERM method of prayer. Just open with gratitude. Open your prayer with gratitude. Start that name. What's in that? Is it God? Is it Jesus? Is it source? Is it Allah? Is it job? What may be there? That's not up to me. That's up to you. Because it is the God of your acceptance and understanding, but open with gratitude. God, I thank you. I am so appreciative for all that you have given. I like to get stuck on gratitude because by the time I list all the things that I'm grateful for, I tend to start forgetting the small things that are in my way right now. God, I'm grateful that I'm living today. I'm grateful that I am breathing in this moment. I am grateful that I have the gift of speech right now. I am so grateful that I have the gift of technology that is allowing this information and this wisdom to go forth into the world. I am so grateful to have musical tracks and to have a team back there with Daniel and Tony to help support this going out. I'm so grateful for a space named Infinity Fellowship. See, I can't even get to the fact that I broke a dish yesterday. I can't even get to the fact that I'm waiting to hear back from a contact. I can't even get to that yet because I'm in gratitude. And when you get to that, you generate a field of vibration. Second thing, you speak in present tense. So present tense speaking is, I'm going to go down here. Present tense, this is past. Please give me healing. That's the past tense. Somebody on the chat, type me a present tense form of this. Don't be afraid, because I'm going to give you a present one that I use. Present. I am healed. Come on, somebody else. Give me something else in the chat. I am what? I am whole. I am, y'all give me some blanks to fill in on that. Fill it in the chat, because when you speak in present tense, you are proclaiming the things that you desire. My needs are met. Matter of fact, we're going to start us an affirmation. We're going to start us an affirmation chain in here. So in the chat, I want you to type in there some of your present manifestation, some of your present prayers, some of your present language. I am healed. I am whole. I am healthy. I am prosperous. I am forgiving. I have grown spiritually. I am expansive and inclusive. I am a genius level, fill in the blank. I am a gifted carpenter. I am a gifted mechanic. I am a thorough engineer. Whatever those proclamations are, put those there and list them. And then as you get through listing those things, reframing them into the language that you'd like, I want you to then close in proclamation. Proclamation is, and so it is. It will be done. Shout out Edwin for getting us to that. I'm going to zoom out so that I can take us to the next page, because when you fold that sheet over, the next page you get is a personal personal tool that you have that I want you to look at today. Some of y'all have done these before. Raise your hand in the chat. No, don't raise your hand in the chat. I was going to say, raise your hand in the chat if you don't know where this book is. Because if you got this book the last time we were in person, if you got this book the last time you were in person, and you put it somewhere, and you come and you say, well, Rev, I've been struggling with some of my goals, and I'm trying to get things in alignment. And I say, where's your manifestation manual? Oh, you know what? I don't know what I did with it. I put it somewhere. Well, guess what? The place where you put it is exactly where your goals are right now. And if you don't know where you put it and you don't know what your goals were, then your goals don't know where you are. They can't find you. So that's why you got to make sure that you refer to a tool like this, because this tool keeps you accountable in a powerful way. I don't mean that somebody's going to knock on your door and say, Brother Johns, we haven't seen you in 2 weeks. You need to be accountable. No, I mean, you are going to make a commitment today to be accountable to yourself. That's why we're going to start with your personal goals. So up on the screen, we've got personal manifestation goals of write your name. You know what? I like that font there, but I'm going to take me a little thinner. There we go. Because I like to write in between things, Lady Kanitha.
Yes, sir.
You're going to write your name on this. And if you haven't downloaded the manual, I hope you have grabbed a piece of paper. Somebody's watching. They said, oh my gosh, I got to get this. Let me grab a piece of paper. I didn't know we were actually going to be doing the work today. Well, yes, we are doing the work today in record levels. Everybody's on there. Somebody has texted somebody and said, hey, you got to tune into this. Take notes where you are and rewind it. Now, I now claim and accept the very best in life for me. Somebody retype that in the chat so that I know you're speaking it. Somebody aloud here say with me, I now claim and accept the very best in life for me. I now claim and accept the very best in life for me. Here's a question that I give you. Because you've been taught that you don't deserve the very best. You do deserve the very best. You deserve the very best, and I'm going to tell you why you deserve the very best. It's coming to be springtime. And I look out over the patches of grass, and I see the most beautiful green. The grass deserves the most beautiful green. I worked last night. I came in and set up and tested my technology for today. And I walked outside and I saw that there wasn't a cloud in the sky. And all that I saw were stars. And of course, in these stars, us human beings being as egocentric as we are, we try to put names on stars. And we try to reimagine that there are constellations that are named after animals that for thousands of years we have used to determine what our life is going to be. But the only thing that hit me was how beautiful the night sky was. And that the universe as it is arranged by the Spirit of the God of my acceptance and understanding, arranged it in such a way that it deserves to shine and that we deserve to be able to take it all in. And we are made from the very cosmic dust that exists in every star that we can see and the ones we can't. So don't you think you deserve to have a happy life? I know you came out of an old theology that taught you were born to suffer, and the only thing that was going to happen for you good was going to happen after you left this body. But I'm here to tell you that you are here on purpose for a reason. And it is because of this that you are deserving of the best. So when you recognize that with that understanding of life, you can say, I now claim and accept the very best in life for me. Daily affirmation that I want you to say, I am in tune with my divine calling and purpose. I am healthy, happy, successful, loving, and prosperous when, as Tony used to say, not now, but what? Right now. Right now is when you're healthy and prosperous. Right now in this moment is when you're getting what you're supposed to get. Thank you. Guess what goes in this blank? Lady Kenitha, what do you think goes in this blank right here? Thank you.
Thank you. And I put, well, and it could be anything that you want it to be, but I've said source. It might be in a moment for me, spirit, divine essence. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God Almighty. I got a chance to put in whatever I want, whatever I'm talking to, connecting with.
I love it. So that's for you. You know, sometimes I interchange mine.
Yes.
I put mine in there. I'll say, thank you, ancestors. There'll be a moment where I'm thinking about something, and it'll happen to me, and I was like, ooh, my mama taught me about that, or my daddy mentioned that, or Miss Ursula used to say it. I say, thank you, ancestors. There are other times where I might say, thank you, spirit. There's other times when I think about it. Whatever it is for you, we've heard this one. There was a brother who put on a tire for me at the tire shop on Charlotte, and this was his name. I could not wait to say it when he finished the tire. That was his name. I looked at him, I said, thank you, Jesus. And he laughed, and it's like, do you do Jesus? He's like, yeah, I do both. That's, I guess, great. But I had it was a double entendre because I had a flat. So I was thinking everybody in that. Wherever you are, put that down in there, and you write that on there. And you say this when? Daily. Here are the 4 principles here that we teach at Infinity Fellowship. Those of you who've been in new members, y'all are high on this already because we go through this thoroughly. We go through this entire lesson, this entire book. But for those of you who may be here for the first time, this is what we're talking about. 4 principles. I'm always going to ask you about your 4 principles. We love this work. Do not pull up short of doing this work. If you see these 4 principles, the 4 principles are like a table or like a chair. You have 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equally distributed and equally holding up the weight. What happens if you decide to just cut off or let one leg rot and you think that the table is going to support the weight? It's not. Fortunately and unfortunately, all 4 of these principles work together. You get all 4 of them in alignment, watch and see what happens. Trust me, give it some time and watch and see. The 4 principles are: number 1, tithe. 2, set clear goals. 3, forgive. Oh, Lord, we're going through that. 4, find your purpose. And don't worry, we're giving you tools for this. Number 1, tithe. We're going to talk about that in a minute. That's my 10% that I give to where I get my spiritual food. Set clear goals. That means that we're going to focus on that. We got a page coming up in a minute for that. Stay with me. Stay with me. This is the work, y'all. Setting clear goals. Forgiving. Forgiving of ourselves and others. Finding your purpose. This is our why. Why am I here? If it's something crazy that you think about in your life and you're like, man, I've always wanted to do this, but everybody doesn't get behind me, that's what your purpose is. Trust me, the universe is going to send you what you need. Now, what we've come up with is a tool that we use that we actually print out. For those of you who love to read, it is a bookmark. You can actually print this. The instructions are to photocopy the ruler below. It'll keep you on track with specific weekly goals as you move closer to your overall objectives. We're doing spirit work today, baby. We ain't playing. Place the number of times you want to do an activity in the goal box. Then place a check mark in the column on each day you practice the goal. Check your score at the end of the week to gauge if you met or even exceeded your goals. And look, this is the big one. Forgive yourself if you fell short. Reward yourself for staying on track. Pray often utilizing the powerful PERM method approach that I outlined in this guide. I promise you, I outlined it and I'm going to sign just so you know. There I am. My Infinity Snapshot Ruler, spirituality, nurturing, action, and proof. This is something that you can put into a book and take it with you every single day. Here are my actions for the week. Meditation. What is your goal? To meditate. Now, I want you to do this. I'm going to write this on top of it. Be realistic. Okay? Be realistic. Because the worst thing that can happen for you is to set a goal of 7, and then you do it on Sunday, then you do it on Monday, and then you forget about Tuesday and Wednesday, you get busy Thursday, Friday, then you get bound to Saturday, and you go, let me do 5 minutes, and you do that, and then you count 1, 2, 3, and your score is 3, and your goal was 7. And immediately you start condemning yourself because that's what you do. It's natural. Listen, I put meditation on this ruler and you can't erase it. And I put it on there so that you can't erase it. How about that part? Because meditation should be a part of every single day practice you have. Sister Kaditha, what's another daily practice that you recommend that somebody look at and say, hey, when I set my goals for the week and get something done, what's something else I could put on there?
For me, I'd say physical activity. I have to have that
Oh, that's good.
for my healthy body. So mine was walking because I was needing to at least find ways to walk. And that's at least 3 to 4 times per week.
Oh, good.
So
That's
just
a good one.
physically doing something to uplift my body. So that could be yoga, it could be taking a class, it could be even if it's just moving, if you're sedentary and you are able to just move your arms a bit, just physically moving this vessel, doing something for that.
I love it. Okay, so look, we got it. I would say reading and study. My goal is to do it maybe 3 days a week, if I can do that. And if I read some on Monday, read some on Wednesday, some on Friday, I got my 3. But guess what happens? Once I get that, I said, I liked Tuesday. And then I started reading at the same time. I said, I read a little bit more. I set a goal for 3. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5. I start feeling the dopamine that comes in my mind from accomplishment. But wherever you are, I'm encouraging you at home, go ahead and wipe the slate clean and keep it rocking from there. Wipe the slate clean and stop it from working from there. There is your ruler that you have that will help you as you begin to make these changes in your life, and you're going to see things happen. Okay.
And Rev, could I add
Yes,
something
please,
to that?
go.
One thing too is to go ahead and print off. You might want to print off like 4 for a whole month, because you want to try this. You want to try it out for a bit of time. But if you could give yourself, and even if we're thinking about 6 months, but if you want to go ahead and print off for the whole month, as many weeks that you need for that month. So that you can see the results. So this doesn't just become a one-time thing.
Good point.
It's becoming a habitual practice that you're utilizing in your life.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's great. Okay, so we've got that. Print that off. All right, let's keep this energy going. The second page, the next page that you have on this document has 2 columns. I'm going to zone in or zoom in on one particular column so we can talk about it. And it's tithing is action. I always tell people, when you hear the energy of, when you say tithing and people say, oh Lord, they start having this energy. Can I get around this part? And I say, no, you can't. You just can't. I wish I could tell you something else, because what happens in this part of it, the reason why Ed Wing does this, and many other teachers do this first, is most of the struggle people have, especially in society, is around concepts of money and what it is. And you get taught to focus on things that you do not have, but at the same time, that causes depression. But everything, you see money as some valuable thing. We use it, but really it's only energy. And how you adjust your vibrational frequency to how you look at money is exactly what's going to determine how money treats you going forward. Now, how much money do you need to survive? That's not up to me. How much money do you need to thrive and to be healthy and prosperous? That's what we're looking at. Prosperity for you, not prosperity as in you balling out, spending $100,000 on a grill, whatever it is. If you want to, fine. But how do we define prosperity? All of you Infinity folks who've been there before, drop the definitions of prosperity in the chat. I dare you. Drop them in so we can see them. Because you know that prosperity, as we define it, right, is a vitally alive body. A vitally alive body. Work that is so much fun that it is not work, it is play. Right? We have a divine purpose that we're working on. Relationships that work all the time, that are healthy. And 4, all the money you can spend, because you don't want to be worrying about that. So when I say prosperity, when Lady Kenitha says, and we say it around here, that's what we're talking about. We ain't talking about the extraneous balling out stuff. But it starts with you being intentional, because tithing in a spiritual practice, it is something that is done with intention. It is a way for you to manage things. And we're going to demonstrate that in a minute as we move through the form here. Tithing is action. Well, yeah, we talked about that quote at the beginning. The highest form of prayer is action. A tithe from ancient times, whether it was with farming communities and agriculture, as I talked about a few weeks ago, or it is now seen with the energy of money and resources. A tithe is 10% of all you financially receive. Because people say, well, I used to do this. I used to say, well, I tithe my work. I come in and volunteer. That's great. That's volunteer service. And so the universe will bless me with more opportunities to volunteer. But in addition to that, all I financially receive, given gratefully, remember, gratefully and thoughtfully. This is a practice. This is a practice. And where is it given? To where you receive your spiritual food. Where you receive your spiritual food. Its purpose is to acknowledge God. However you define it. You might define God as science or physics. I'm not judging that. But how its purpose is to acknowledge God as the source of your good and to provide a physical demonstration of such. Do you truly trust? Well, you know you trust because that's where your money is. If you don't trust, then I know. Just like you don't give your money to people you don't trust. I don't. I know that if you see where people spend their money, forensic accountants can tell you what's important to you. And if your forensic accountant is doing your Schedule C and doing your write-offs, and they see that you got $400 a month in Starbucks and $100 a month in spiritual matters, then you wonder why you're nervous and have hypertension and have no way to fix that, because that Starbucks is more important than your spirituality. I don't want to be at a point where my shoes are more important than my spirit. So every year that I look at my giving and where I've given in my spiritual space, and I've seen it grow, it means that I have intentionally focused on opening up the space of abundance. I'm not going to harp on it, because guess what? I don't harp on lessons for people who don't want to grow. And I love everybody that I'm looking at right now, and it's a fact you cannot change. I am going to share with you lessons that help you grow. If you don't want the lessons, then don't take them. Tithing, as Sister Kenitha said, you used to point out that who is tithing really for? Is tithing for everybody, Sister Kenitha,
No,
as I go back to my pad?
Tithing isn't for everyone. Tithing is, again, we're talking about this level of prosperity and also what we've seen personally in our lives. So it's for people who want to just take it to the next level. It's outside of just giving. So a lot of us give, which is a wonderful thing to do. But the next level in going even higher in your growth, and again, like I love that demonstration you said about the chair, the equalization, those legs, you need that for all the balance. Tithing is a part of that. So if you're wanting to go to the next level in life and you're really wanting to see some things change and shift in your life, that's what tithing is for.
Yes, yeah. It's definitely for.
Because you're planting those seeds again. I'm always mentally thinking about I'm planting seeds for what it is that I'm wanting to see happen later on.
Yeah, and one thing that I can say as I come in, I'll come into the frame with you here because we've had this conversation. We talk about what works for us spiritually, and we've been in different circles with different people. We talk about giving. We don't even have conversations about giving because with people who are advancing themselves spiritually and growing, giving is what they call DUH. Do y'all know what DUH spells? Duh. That's what they let. Duh. Why would I not give? Why would I hold back? I'm talking about the next level of things. You know, you leave a spiritual ceremony and then boom, there it is. People make a gift and they just say, hey, listen, I know that this costs whatever. I don't care. But this is what spirit motivated and moved me to give because it's 101. I understand that some people are out there who are listening are trying to wrap their minds around it. I understand because it took me a while too. But this is a path that will help you. Once you get this off the table, everything else begins to stack. So let's go back to that first leg. I'm going to give this definition because I also realize one of the reasons why we teach this is we realize some people have not been taught this from a way that was giving and not just condemnation.
Yes.
Well, if you don't give, God is going to strip you. No, man, God is
taken advantage
or
of.
being taken advantage of, which I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Taking advantage of. You're driving you're driving a Honda that's 20 years old and the pastor's driving a Benz and all of that. No, we don't do that here. Remember this old phrase, the rising tide lifts all boats.
Yes.
All boats. I love it. So many people come through Infinity doing so much better in the financial column than we are. I love it. And they tell us about the growth. That's great because giving is not for us. It's for you.
It's for you.
It's for you to get a practice. So number of questions to ask yourself, y'all. We are working today. Am I willing to come into integrity about money now? By acknowledging the God of my acceptance as the source of my good. Am I coming into integrity? Because this is a physical demonstration. How much financial good has God given me this week? This is a worksheet. 10% of this is. This is why people say, and I've had this happen, Lady Kenitha, people say, oh yeah, just wait till I hit it big. I'm going to break off 10%.
Right.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Somebody say, oh, wait till I get that $1 million. When I get that $1 million, man, I'm going to break off 10%. If I get that million, I'm going to get it. If I get that billion, I'm going to get it. And I'm like, well, let's see. Let's figure this out. You got 100. And out of the 100, you gave 0. You got 1,000. Out of the 1,000, you gave 0. So that means you got 100. You got 1,000, you gave 0. What's going to happen when you get 1 million? You're going to give 0 because this is what you practice. But the reason why tithing 10% works for everybody is if I got $500 this week, 500. We're not asking you say, well, I gave 200 of that. They want 300 at the church. No, $500 is $50. That means that you're left with $450. And your spirit contribution ended up being 50. 50 to spirit, 450 to you. Yep. That's how I look at it. And it can be any amount. Some people say, well, I'm unemployed, man. I only got, $20. I got a $25 job this week. Guess what? My kids do that. You see them get $2.50. It's powerful. So yes, I want to get to the point where something comes in, or if I get a check comes in, it's $5,000. Then my contribution is what? Fill it out in there, infinite streamers. Fill that math out in the chat. Y'all know how it is, right? But then what ends up happening? I still got $4,500. And then to spirit, I've contributed $500. It almost makes you feel like, man, I gave the least to the source of what, but that's what it is. It's a practice. And you're saying, I'm willing to pause first and take back and give back. So on your own right now, you fill out what that is right now. What's your 10%? How much final God has God given me this week? And 10% of this is, and y'all know I'm not going to write down what I'm making at because my personal worksheet has this in there. Mm-hmm. Now, the third thing, where have I received spiritual food? Because spiritual food is where you go. I'm not recruiting everybody to say, hey, you got to do this here. If you're not receiving spiritual food here at Infinity, hey, find the space where you get it. Mm-hmm. Is it your church? That's Infinity for many of us. Is it a minister, mosque, temple, teacher, friend, or any noun, person, place, or thing that causes you to remember who you are? And in this case, I'm going to say, plus keep you in practice. Yes. Awesome. Now, here's where it gets good for you because we start getting serious. Am I willing to have the windows of the universe open up for me? Am I truly ready to receive all the good God has prepared for me? Mm-hmm. When I say this, think about that question. I want you to think about that. Am I willing to receive? If your spirit said, oh yeah, man, I'm ready to get everything, that's the taking spirit. Because I want you to embrace the spirit of allowing. It is a spirit of allowance. Have you gotten to the point now where you deserve all of the good things that are for you? That's the practice of tithing also, Sister Kenitha. It's, you know what? I know that I have practiced faithfully. And so everything that comes to me is what I deserve. I deserve this. I'm grateful for it. And I deserve it because I am going to do great things in the world with what I receive. That is why that first practice hits. I take the action on my phone with my Cash App. I take the action. I practice the action consistently. 21 days, they say 21 days is a practice that, you know, if you do it for 21 days, it becomes a habit. But I practice consistently. Then I become a part of the flow of the vibration of the universe and it begins to come back to me. Yes. That's how it works, right? That's exactly how it works. It's not, okay, give it to the guy, give it to, hey, let me get it all. Then, yeah, okay. Once I get it all, I got it back here, I'm going to figure out that 10% and then give it back. Mm-hmm. No. And you wonder why things continue to be in a space of lack. It is because you are holding back from putting yourself in the cycle of giving. You have an opportunity. I have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to participate fully. And if I only got blessed with $1 this week, then that doggone 10 cents comes on out. Mm-hmm. And I am grateful because it reminds me to not look at the other dollars that are not there, but to see that $1 as a blessing and to say in that moment, I am grateful for this $1. Mm-hmm. So grateful I'm taking 10 cents out and saying, thank you for the one, because I didn't have the $1 before. And when you match your vibration there, that's when you see things start to change. Enough said. Let's go back to this worksheet. We're going to work this thing. Am I truly ready to receive that God has prepared? In what form would I like the windows of the universe to open up for me? Name clearly. This is where tithing moves into goals. It's seamless. Name clearly what you desire, then visualize yourself having the results you desire. Name one thing. On this sheet in your journal, one thing that you desire. And listen, stop judging yourself because somebody out there is judging themselves. You know why I can feel it? I can tell because every time we've gone through this exercise in the last decade, there's always a moment. And I was in this previous years ago. So I'm telling you, I know where I said, I really would like to have, but maybe I should start with something small. No, stop thinking small. Mm-hmm. The universe doesn't think small. The universe is not small. And you come from this. So stop thinking small. For this 1 second today, think of that thing that you clearly desire. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could, whatever it is, I want you to think of it with me right now. Close your eyes and imagine it as if it's been fulfilled. As if your doorbell rings right now after we get through with Sunday service with Infinity, and it's right there at the door. What does it feel like? What's it look like? What does it smell like? Sit in that. Sit in it until you begin to smile from the inside. That's how you know that's what that is. Write that down. Write it clearly. Trust me on that. Trust yourself to know that you deserve these things. Visualize yourself having the results you desire. Here's how we get forgiveness. Number 6. Am I willing to forgive myself and others to be forgiven completely? So you can't get forgiveness if you're not doing forgiving yourself. You've had somebody been mad at you for a long time, and you don't know what it is. Well, you've been carrying around something too. You don't get to control others, but are you willing to forgive yourself for the things that you've done and others to be forgiven completely? Mm-hmm. Spend 30 minutes a day in prayer forgiving yourself and others. We say 30 minutes because he's like, 30 minutes? Bruh, I ain't spending 30 seconds around no forgiveness. No, listen, the concept, put it on your ruler. Forgiving yourself and others. The universe does not hold anything against you. So be good to yourself and learn to let go. I'm going to be political and say this right now. The universe does not show favors. The universe does not show preference. When you do our giving operation, we say you're good without preference. The reason why is the sun will shine on those who we perceive to be good and those we perceive to be evil equally. Because people who walk in their purpose see things manifest. People are lamenting. This morning I turned on the news program. People are lamenting over the 45th president of the United States having a comeback and being the Republican nominee. And people go like, how does somebody who does all of this crazy stuff? Listen, I told you the universe doesn't show preference. That man squarely knows why he's on this earth. Mm-hmm. He knows exactly why he's here. He wears his hair exactly the way he wants to. He hires the people he wants to work for him. He does the underground business practices that he wants. He does it. And guess what? Because he does himself, the universe responds to him in his own vibration. Does that mean it's going to equal the great good for all humanity? No, because the overall good of humanity is going to absorb him and the things that he put into this world as a blip in human history, because this world is evolving. But it's proof. You say, well, how do people who do all these raggedy things, well, they're hurting in other ways. But trust me, they're in alignment with their purpose. And if they do the things that put them in alignment with the practice of who they are, they see fruit. So we want you to put good in the world and to manifest thusly. There we are. Let's go back to this sheet. The universe doesn't hold anything against you. Be good to yourself. Learn to let go. Forgiveness. The greatest quote that I always use here is the ancient quote that says, a lack of forgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Don't hold on to it. Number 7, this is when you're giving here. And for those of you, somebody got a revelation out there. They're like, you know what? I'm going to give this a chance today. As soon as we get off and I get that slide, I'm going to make my tithe. When you do that, you make sure that you're in alignment energetically and ask this question. Am I willing to send forth this tithe with love and gratitude? Don't do it out of obligation, like feel, man, I said I was going to try it. No, find the space of love and gratitude, moving through my fear about money and my attachment to lack. Oh my gosh. To release it in order to acknowledge my absolute trust in God as my source and provider. Lose the attachment to lack. Because if you operate in a vibrational frequency of lack, that's all the universe is hearing. The universe doesn't show preference, really. They give you more of what your vibrational frequency is. If my vibrational frequency is lack, the universe hears that. It doesn't judge it, and it says, oh, I'm receiving lack from Jeff, so I'm going to give Jeff an abundance of lack. Take a deep breath. Exhale, release. Because I know that hit somebody. And it's because you've been getting more and more lack, because you've been holding back. And when you hold back things get held back from you because the universe is going to match your frequency. What happens if you say, I operate in abundance? Somebody type that in while I'm going back to the screen. I operate in abundance. I operate in abundance. That's where we are. We operate from an abundant space. Back up next to that column, we take you over to the work that we get ready to do in gratitude, y'all. Somebody say, oh, yes. There's two different personalities out there watching the stream, and we're getting toward the end. Somebody said, whoa, I'm glad we off that tithing. That's the lack person. Another person said, well, okay, I'm ready to embrace that. Oh, yeah, because I do it already. I'm ready to get my information in. That's the bridge that we want to get you to. And now we're there. Affirm your intention. There's the name that you put in there. Lady Kanitha, what you put in there this time?
Universe is my source. It changes depending on what it is.
Is my source. Mm-hmm. Look, sometimes I do that. I will say God.
Divine energy is my source.
Oh, God is my source. I love that. Divine energy. Hey, somebody in the chat, put what you put in yours. I dare you. I challenge you. Put it in there in the chat right now. Put the name that you put in this slot. So-and-so is my source. Share with everybody else's, because other people may have different words. And when I say, I got from that book, My Life, Maurice White, My Life with Earth, Wind, and Fire, said God is good, orderly direction. G-O-D, good, orderly direction is my source. Mm-hmm. I know some people wearing their pencils out today. I love it. Write. We're going to write. So, however it is my source. All of creation is my source. Source, God, Spirit, Egun. I'm just going to say et al. It's all there. Is my source. Affirm your intention. God is my source every day. This is when you say, I freely give my tenth to the universe with gratitude, acknowledging my direct connection with source, demonstrating by joyfully releasing that I will be more than provided for. That's number one. That's the tithe. Now it's forgiveness. This is something that you can say aloud. Take a deep breath and say it with me. I forgive myself for my past failings, and as I do so, I forgive others for the same. I proceed now with a clean mental slate and an open heart. Somebody in that chat say, my heart is open.
My heart is open.
My heart is open. Type it in. My heart is open. My heart is open. Daniel said that in his mind. My heart is open. Daniel, say it with me in your consciousness. I got a clean slate. There it is. I got a clean slate. You got to let go of your past failings. You forgive yourself for your past failings. You were only doing the best you could with the information that you had. And as I do so, I forgive others for the same. And then thank you. I'm going to put this in here and just say, thank you, God. I'm going to give you just a few minutes to fill that in. And if y'all want to help me out on the Infinite Stream, on the chat, I want you to fill a few things in on that. I want to thank you, God, for. And this is where I want you to be predictive. I'm just going to fill out a few things here too. Daniel, give me a little bit of that theme music under there. Because I want people to write this, and I want y'all to think about this. We are workshopping. This is a church service you ain't ever experienced before. I guarantee you, you're gonna get it. I thank you for my health. I thank you for my family. I thank you for my calling. I thank you for a newfound opportunity. To build innovative housing. I'm being transparent today. I'm doing all of this. I thank you for um, my emerging 2 books. I thank you for my documentary this summer. I'm just going to go on. I want everybody just start writing something and write it in the present. Thank you. You could have had a healing. You could have connected with somebody before this week that you had been out of communication with. It could be something simple. But I want you to just start listing those things, putting them in there. Listing those things will give us gratitude. Put them on in there. We are doing it, y'all. I'm so grateful many of you stayed with us on the stream today. We just got numbers of people just watching all over. I see it. Thank you for the gift, the opportunity of working through this good.
And could I add something
Please,
there,
Lady
Rev?
Kenitha, add something.
I also look at it as a deeper way of forgiveness. So, thank you, so and so, whoever that person is or institution, for, and then putting in, helping me see clearly, or if it's, realizing how powerful I am to be a survivor, or,
Oh, yes.
finding ways to reframe what it might be. But the key is no sarcasm. So, thank you, such and such, for making my life, no, finding things. This is also a deeper exercise for forgiveness, finding what it is that it did help you clear and use your contrast in the right way to have clarity about your life.
And I put this example going on there. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, John. You put your person's name for teaching me how to communicate better in my workspace.
Yes.
It's something bad could have happened there. But you learn from John how to communicate better. You can take this tool and just
Yes.
write it in your
Yes.
journal over
Yes.
and over again
So it can
and
go
put it
both
in there.
ways. It
You
can
know?
always be used.
Yes, you could thank your
Thank
children.
God, yes. Thank children. You're just finding ways to see gratitude in all areas of your life. But it also helps with that forgiveness piece as well.
Oh, that's great. Lady Kenitha is in here, y'all. Y'all are getting it full today, full throttle. All areas. Forgiveness. And forgiveness often happens. I write so fast that I'm like, well, forgiveness can also equal reframing, as we talk about in our new members course. Y'all get all of this deep for 4 weeks when you join Infinity. We give it to you. So we see this, right? We see this, all of this forgiveness. We visualize this as having already been accomplished. I visualize this as having already been accomplished. And I feel excited, enthusiastic, and grateful. This is actually a model for prayer. So if you say this entire column as a prayer, it puts you in alignment. Your last part, read it together with me around the world. I am in alignment with my purpose in life. And as such, I trust that every experience I am having is a learning lesson that brings me a step closer to my goals. I walk this path with no resentment in my heart because I am focused on my goals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Adupwe, modupwe. All of the ways that you can say thank you. Amen. Amen. Hotep, shalom, namaste, ashe. Use this column that you saw as a space of alignment. That is a prayer that takes you all the way through those principles that we have. And when you do that, I guarantee you, you're going to absorb a vibration. Practice this. And this is going to get it. Last page. And then, y'all, we're going to bless you and send you on forth for the week in a powerful way. As we get to the last piece of this, we're going to give you 10 successful tips. And we're going to go through this and give you an opportunity to share on your manifestation goals. And of course, this is going to take me a minute to slide this over into place, but it's coming into place because all things are working together for the good. There we go. Good, patient. Thank y'all for your patience today. Again, thank you to tech staff. Brother Daniel back there holding it down.
Holding it down.
Holding it down. Okay, 10 steps to a successful achievement. We're just going to go through these, okay? In a notebook dedicated to your goal setting program, write down all of your desires, no matter how large or small. Step 1. Write the vision, make it plain. Write down all of your desires. Again, we talked about this. I don't have to tell y'all. It's a big desire, small desire. Write it down. Then we're going to start coding this down. Second step, choose the 12 most important desires. 12. And write them on this paper or a paper similar in order of importance to you and be very specific. This is when you get to start setting specific goals. Setting very specific goals. Very specific. Do not be afraid of specificity. The universe says, hey, ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you shall find. Every time you want something specific, you better ask for it. Little quick side story that Edwin tells. There was a sister who wanted to have more love in her life. She said, I wanted to have tons of love and an abundance of love. And her dog got pregnant and had puppies. And they were very loving. And she said, I need to be a little bit more specific. So in your goal setting, be specific. Number 3, be open and receptive to change. Oh my gosh. Yes. Pray daily. Source, you're filling your blank for you. What must I change about myself in order to achieve my goals? As Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What do you got to change? Do you have to change your attitude? Do you have to change the people that you're around? Do you have to change the time that you get up in the morning? Do you have to change the time you go to bed at night? What are those things that you have to change? And then I want you to be specific. Determine the date by which you desire to achieve each goal.
And Rev, you had a
Go ahead,
little
Mama.
I in there. You have a little I in there.
I know. That's kind of, yeah, that's, I always do. Okay, this is a little I. Let me circle the little I. And you all know, because I put my name in lowercase. I write my name in lowercase. And that came from being an artist years ago, going through a period of depression where I was speaking literally. I was lying on the floor in my own snot and tears. Y'all, I don't look like what I've been through. And I was saying, why are things not working out for me? And the spirit, as if spirit was talking directly to me, it was like, why shouldn't they work? The world doesn't revolve around you, buddy. The universe revolves around everything, and I've got everything covered. You're just a small part of large creation. Yes. So from that point, my spelling in lowercase is a reminder that I'm a small part of lower creation. So even in the guide, Spirit told me lowercase the I, so that we recognize that we're a small part of larger creation. That doesn't make us insignificant. It makes us significant, but it also makes us realize that everything that is big is working for us. Thank you, Lady Kanitha. You're just
It wasn't a typo.
on St. Patty's Day, you're a sharp one, yes, very
so you got
sharp
some
one.
deeper meaning.
Yeah, it's not a typo in the guide when you deny it. It's a little lie. Determine the date by which you want to achieve each goal, because if you don't set a date, you're going to say one day, and if your vibration is one day, then one day it's always going to be. One day vibration. That's a future that can never, ever be achieved. One day, you don't want to get stuck in one day. It is an infinity symbol of nothingness. All right. Number 5, read your goals at least 3 times every morning and every evening. Every morning, every evening. We are putting you to work, and it's going to be joyful work. 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening. Number 6, imagine yourself achieving each goal until you begin to actually feel accomplishment. Neville Goddard would remind us in his book, the feeling is the secret. Do you know that if you imagine an experience, you close your eyes and you relive it, that your mind cannot tell the difference between whether you're actually experiencing it in physical reality or not? That's why top athletes, they visualize coming from behind in races. They visualize swimming and stroking and breathing before they get in the water with sports psychologists, because your mind can be programmed with what we think is reality, what may be a memory, and we put it in our muscle memory. So guess what? There's no change. So if you can accept the feeling first, then the reality comes after. Feeling first. I know what my car that's coming to me is. And as I'm driving my car, I am grateful to be driving my car. And I'm also grateful those moments where I let the windows down and I feel the breeze coming through the other car, because I know what it's going to feel like. And I get to the point where I'm smiling. That's how you know you've hit it. So I want y'all today, find a visualization point for that. All right, let's get through these last bullet points, y'all, because y'all have been patient. I love y'all for hanging in here to do this work for yourselves. Accept your success now. Act as if you have already achieved it. Take positive action towards your goals. No more, well, in the future, I'm going to be a confident public speaker who commands the room. No, you walk in there like you are a confident speaker and you command the room. I'm going to be a healing therapist. No, you are a healing therapist. And every time that there's something that you learn, it's not a mistake, it's a lesson. Forgive yourself and keep going. Here's the other big one, y'all. Don't tell others. Stay off of your socials. Keep your goals private between you and your divine source. That's not saying that you don't get to share your good news. That's good. But when you're working on the depths of your souls, I dare you to trust this, to put this in a treasure chest that only you and the universe has a key to. To keep it in the secret space of manifestation and watch it grow. Because oftentimes we make a mistake when we try to pull the seedling out and show it to the world instead of just leaving it in the dark corner where it can germinate. Springtime is planting season. Keep it to yourself. Trust me. People will see that. And then number 9, cross off the goals as they are achieved and then continue to add new ones. How about that?
Yes.
Cross them off. I'll give you something, because sometimes we do this in a daily goal. One of the most valuable lessons I ever learned was from this corporate executive who said, I never put more than 3 things to do on my to-do list for the day. I said, what? You do so much. He said, nope, I start with 3. That way I know if I knock those 3 out, I feel like I've accomplished something for the day. If I knock those 3 out, I might add 2 more. And I might say I got it. But what happens if I list 15 things out? in one day and I end up getting 5 of them done, I got 10 sitting there making me feel as if I'm a failure. And so I start doing the same thing. 3 top things that you can do. Tomorrow, today, no. This afternoon after service. Give yourself 3 things to do today and then get them done and see what happens from there. All right, as we go to this next one, we proceed with the premise that the universe is conspiring to do good in your life. Somebody chat in that box and say it. Say, the universe is conspiring to do good for me. Come on, infinite streamers. I need y'all to kick in today. Say, the universe is conspiring to do good for me. On the bottom of this, you have my 12 manifestation goals that we relate to. And again, special thanks and acknowledgement to Edwin Gaines. I got to check, make sure her address is up to date because I'm sending her something in there. These goals serve as a foundation for the vision board process. Y'all know every year I teach my vision board process. And Lady Kanitha, if you would, as we go through this, would you share how doing intentional goal setting and manifestation work worked in your particular life and existence?
Yeah, so when I started becoming very clear about goals, and sometimes, what ends up happening, I miss that step of crossing off the goals once they're achieved. I forget because my goals always get set, but it's something about the energy. So I think that even personally in my life, the major things that I've wanted to have, whether it be, for me, it was being married or having a car. There was one time I wanted a car without a car note. Expenses are money flowing in, seeing checks in the mail. There's been these different things, good health, the children doing well, just seeing all these different things begin to manifest. I see how important it is to be very specific and to also go through this place of achievement, your 10 steps to successful achievement, because it puts you in the frame for these things to really happen. Sometimes we get so busy, we don't even take the time to imagine or to really start pulling these things from that energy, the spirit realm, and bringing it into manifested form, because we don't know what we want. We're just going day to 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 day. This makes us sit down and really having fun with this, but sit down and making it clear, I want to receive, I want to see this manifested in my life. But if you can just go through these steps, having that with the vision board, once you see all of that, then you'll see the evidence, and others will see the evidence after, right?
Yes.
You'll see it from the beginning. You'll know, you'll feel it, you'll remind yourself of it. But you need this sometimes. It's just like a guidebook, to keep you in that frame, in the right frequency.
In the right frequency. Lady Kanitha, you're awesome.
Ooh.
I appreciate you.
Yes.
I appreciate you. We are just, we have gone through this. Listen, I'm going to put up on the screen that slide that for those of you who just joined, who like, what are these people going crazy about in the chat about? This slide is going to have a QR code on it. It is the title of today's message, but it also, in addition to that, is the link to the download of this manual that you could print off. I suggest you print it off and go old school. Just write on it. That's what we do. And when we find that we write on it, we come into alignment with the concept of writing the vision and making it plain, because where there is no vision, the people perish. You all, I want you to pause for a second in your writing and your work. I want you to center your mind around this concept of a perm. We are so grateful again for this opportunity to be here today with you, for you joining us at the Infinity Fellowship. We're so thankful that you have become serious about making a change in your life, and that you will take these spiritual tools and put them to work for manifestation so that you can see the greatest things happen for you. Doesn't matter what faith background you are, what tradition you are. You might be a pastor. You might be a mosque leader or an imam or someone who just says, I wanted to get on and see what this is about. Guess what? This is for you too. You take it and use it. Go do good in the world. Everyone else, let us seal this energy. If you're with people and you're in your household, grab their hand. If you are at home, but just by yourself, if you'd like, place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in with me here. Then exhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and close your eyes, bow your heads. Divine Source, Mother, Father, God, we give thanks in this moment today as we close what we call the Infinity Fellowship. We close the moment of the portal opening today. This wonderful interspiritual community, this interfaith community, this cosmic community of love that we give thanks for. We give thanks for this lesson today, for this manual today, for the teachings from Sister Gaines today, from the infinite streamers and life streamers today, to those who have committed to spiritual practice that will bring good into their lives. We freely give back in this space with our hearts, with our resources, with our mind, acknowledging our direct and divine connection with you. We demonstrate in this movie, in this moment, that the movie of our life is something that we are writing continually, and the story is in our own pen. And so we write that which we desire. We write the good stories, knowing that we are more than provided for. We forgive ourselves in this moment for those past shortcomings. And as we do, we forgive ourselves and others for the same. We proceed now with a clean heart, mind, and spirit. We visualize our goals as accomplished and done. We feel the enthusiasm and the love that comes with them. We are in alignment with our purpose in life. And we accept that we are on a divine mission. Deep breath and exhale. Repeat after me wherever you are. We speak it directly to Source together. I am on a divine mission.
I am on a divine mission.
My thoughts are in alignment.
My thoughts are in alignment.
My actions are in alignment.
My actions are in alignment.
My people are coming to me.
My people are coming to me.
I attract the good.
I attract the good.
All things are working in my favor.
All things are working in my favor.
I accept the assignment.
I accept the assignment.
I walk in power.
I walk in power.
All is well.
All is well.
I am the living expression of divine will.
I am the living expression of divine will.
Divine consciousness.
Divine consciousness.
And yes, divine action.
And yes, divine action.
I am on a mission.
I am on a mission.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Deep breath here. And exhale. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen.
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 Hotep.
Hotep.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Ashe.
Ashe.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Look, I'm checking out the chat here. As we are scrolling through the chat, we've got some people who are here to sync. And we have a version with 8.5 by 11 versions of the manual, so it's bigger. Yeah, it is an actual 8.5, 11 by version when you print it off. It's just, excuse me, it is an 11 by 17 version. So when you take it to Kinko's or you take it to print it off, this is how big it actually is. And so it looks small on the screen when you got it, but when you actually print it out, it is exactly 11 by 17. So it's poster size folded in this space. I've got just a couple of seconds. If you have it, this is If Teaches, and I know we did the manual. If you have a quick question or comment, go ahead and drop it in the space today so I can catch it. But I invite you as a PDF. What I usually do is I print it off or I send it to the printer, Staples or somebody like that. They can give us an endorsement contract. It's FedEx, wherever you go get it printed, or at the office. Print it as 11 by 17, and then when you fold it, you'll have all of this, and these fonts are written in about 12 and 14 and 16 size fonts. So they're really, really big, and I can actually see them without my glasses. So thank you for that note and that recognition. It also tells me that you got online and worked on that manual. I love it, and that's going to be perfect. Thank you so much, because that's important too, that we can read those things and we can see them too as well. Listen, we've got plenty of energy for you today. If Teaches has been awesome. I want to say thanks to Tech Crew. Tony's on his way to his next gig. Daniel's holding it down back there with the assistance of Kai. Lady Kanitha is back over there. And so we want to give you an opportunity to close this with us in style as we begin to sing our final song. We're going to put some words up on the screen, and we invite you to go forth in this world in power. Yes. As all hearts and minds begin to clear in this space, and as we move from this place into the world that awaits our light, we ask that you sway back and forth. If you want to stand with us, you can feel the blessed energy of life flowing in you. This energy is bringing new life and new abundance. As we raise our voices together, we tune our frequency into balance with the universe, for the peace, for the love, for the joy that we accept is present in the here and right now. And so it is. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Now that you got the melody, come on and join in all around the world. Come on. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors, and the cosmos rest, rule, rock, and abide with you this week, henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us all sing together. Amen, Amen, Hotep Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. On behalf of the entire Infinity Fellowship family, y'all, we speak love and power into your life. This is Rev Jeff, and listen, before you get off the stream, tag somebody. Just pick a random name and speak a blessing over them. Tell them they're awesome. Tell them great things for you this week. Just do it and watch wherever you are. Share the broadcast, share the link, hit the thumbs up button if you're on YouTube. Let's keep this love going. Go on and send somebody a love. Somebody a shout out of love. We love you. That's a fact you cannot change. See you next week for Yoga Sunday.